The university's Mental Illness Needs Discussion Club, also known as MIND, kicked off its own version of the Ice Bucket Challenge, this time to shine a light on mental health awareness. On May 7th, DePaul President Robert Manuel will address a congressional committee that is investigating anti-Semitism on college campuses. For Good Day DePaul, I'm Kiersten Riedford.
The ups and downs that we're seeing are called volatility.
But since the beginning of this month, the S&P 500 index fund has seen its largest gain since November 2020. It has also seen its longest winning streak of 8 days, the longest in 20 years. Around the world, people are asking what direction the Pope will be taking the church in. But here in Chicago, many are asking the bigger question, Cubs or Sox?
Over the past several weeks, tensions have risen between the President of the United States and the President of Ukraine. Just last weekend, the two presidents and U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance got into a heated dispute in the Oval Office. In Illinois, parents don't have to register their homeschooled children or show any proof of learning.
A group called Refuse Fascism Chicago demonstrated at Federal Plaza. They brought guillotine props, signs, and flags as they protested the Trump administration.
We don't think it's sufficient anymore to just say we're trying to stop the Trump agenda. We think Trump has to go.
The protesters say that Trump's policies have hurt minority communities, and that law firms have been unfairly sanctioned.
Trump must go now! Trump must go now!
Trans Up Front Illinois, a local nonprofit organization, called for unity against the administration.
We need to all come together in the face of this administration. We can't do that fractured.
And many here called for action.
It's time to go Trump!
We need to stand up. And even if you're an ally is an action word. So if you're calling yourself an ally, what are you doing that's actionable to show that, to show up and stand with the communities?
Some of the protesters here feel the future of the nation is at stake.
We don't think we can wait till 2028. One of our slogans is 2028 is way too late. Every day, every week that Trump stays in power, they're looking for another opportunity to cement authoritarian rule.
As demonstrators leave the streets, their message remains loud and clear. This protest won't be their last. For Good Day DePaul, I am Kiersten Riedford. It's the chill that took over the internet, the Ice Bucket Challenge. From celebrities to elementary school students, millions dumped buckets of ice water on their heads. But behind every splash was a cause that hit much deeper than the cold. The viral trend started in 2014. 3 young men living with ALS began doing it to create awareness for the disease and fundraise for a cure. ALS often causes people to lose the ability to speak, move, eat, and breathe. In 2014, the Ice Bucket Challenge became a global trend in 159 countries. About 17 million people worldwide participated, and over $100 million was raised to support ALS research and care for people living with the disease. The challenge ended in 2015, but students at the University of South Carolina resurrected it this past March. The university's Mental Illness Needs Discussion Club, also known as MIND, kicked off its own version of the Ice Bucket Challenge, this time to shine a light on mental health awareness.
At MIND, we believe conversations about mental health should be just as common and just as comfortable as conversations about physical health.
Bao Lai Vang, a DePaul sophomore, was nominated by her siblings for the challenge. Vang says she has family and friends who struggle with mental health.
This is a very important topic to talk about, and just by doing this challenge, it can spread awareness.
Since the latest launch of the Ice Bucket Challenge, participants have raised more than $240,000. But some question whether it's being done for the right reasons.
I feel like a lot of people just did it because everybody else was doing it.
Others feel the Ice Bucket Challenge doesn't take on any real action, but Vang disagrees.
It also does spread awareness because people will want to know why they're doing this challenge and why it's important.
DePaul junior Jerica Klinkner feels the Ice Bucket Challenge definitely makes a difference.
People are getting ice water poured on their heads, so it is like doing something, and money has been raised and things have been discovered from that money that was used towards research.
I don't know if the Ice Bucket Challenge is necessarily like giving it the publicity that it needs, but it is causing more people to research it.
Whether it's for ALS, mental health, or the next cause to go viral, the Ice Bucket Challenge proves one thing: a simple act can ripple into something bigger. For Good Day DePaul, I'm Kiersten Riedford. DePaul President Robert Manuel and 3 other college presidents testified before a House committee. The hearing dealt with how universities are dealing with anti-Semitism. Manuel issued a public apology to 2 Jewish students at DePaul who are suing the university after they were attacked on campus while talking about Israel.
What happened to them was a hate crime. No one should ever be attacked because of who they are, and I am sorry for the pain that they're experiencing.
Manuel said the university tried to work with the 2 students, one of whom was Michael Kaminsky, but Manuel was criticized by Republican Congresswoman Lisa McClain.
Why didn't you follow your policy?
Our immediate instinct was to work with our students. The reference.
How'd that go?
Not very
You
well.
want to ask Michael how that went?
Yeah, it did not go very well.
Thank you.
And I apologize for that.
Your apologies are a little hollow.
Manuel also discussed a new mask policy at DePaul. People entering campus buildings may now be asked to temporarily lower their mask and show a DePaul ID if requested by security or staff. Manuel told the committee that the DePaul chapter of Students for Justice in Palestine, or SJP, was no longer active on campus due to violations of university policy.
A reasonable directive was suspend operations, and that they were notified of that.
Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free!
Following the hearing, some pro-Palestine students held a protest at DePaul's Lincoln Park campus, claiming the congressional hearing was biased against them, and that President Manuel failed to defend them.
This hearing was not about Jewish safety, it was about suppression of dissent.
Meanwhile, to help deal with anti-Semitism on campus, Manuel announced that a retired Anti-Defamation League regional chair, Scott Levin, will join DePaul as a special advisor on First Amendment issues in higher education.
He will be not defining it for us, but leading the conversations.
At a news conference the next day, Manuel said he didn't seek out an invitation to testify before Congress, but said he had to go.
It's not an invitation to an event in the evening. It's an invitation by Congress to have a serious conversation about very serious issues. They have subpoena rights, and that's a very different reality.
But with some student groups already feeling silenced on campus, many students are questioning how inclusive those conversations will really be. The university says more campus-wide conversations will continue into the fall. For Good Day DePaul, I'm Kiersten Riedford. Nearly 2 million students in Illinois spend their days learning in classrooms regulated and reviewed by the state. But there's a growing number of students we don't see, and the state doesn't either. Homeschoolers.
In Illinois, parents don't have to register their homeschooled children or show any proof of learning.
DePaul University's Center for Journalism, Integrity, and Excellence reached out to every state government agency monitoring education and found that they have no records or numbers of children being homeschooled.
We have 0 regulations. Not that we have loose, we have 0 regulations regarding homeschooling. And 38 other states across the nation have something in place.
Illinois is in the minority of states that have no enforced regulations on at-home education. Currently, there are state requirements about what subject areas to teach, yet no agencies check if those requirements are being followed. But Illinois State Representative Tara Costa Howard introduced the Homeschool Act that could overhaul the system, making a registration form mandatory.
The follow-up of that is what happens if they didn't fill out the form, or what happens if there is an allegation of what is called truancy.
A financial freeze with far-reaching consequences is hitting some American universities. The Trump administration has cut funds for Cornell, Northwestern, Brown, Princeton, Columbia, and the president's alma mater, the University of Pennsylvania.
Large research universities, especially large private research universities with huge medical complexes, are among the most vulnerable because they have huge research grants from the federal government.
Administration officials say the government funding cutbacks are due, in part, to how the schools handled pro-Palestinian protests and dealt with anti-Semitic rhetoric on campus. In addition, more than 50 universities like Yale and MIT are under federal investigation for diversity, equity, and inclusion programming and scholarships. So far, DePaul has not been impacted. But going forward, there's still concern about federal loan programs like FAFSA, Pell Grants, and PLUS loans. Many DePaul students rely on these programs to attend the university.
What would be death-dealing blows to many universities is the withdrawal of the federally subsidized student loans that are characteristic of virtually everybody now who attends undergraduate and graduate and professional schools all across the country.
DePaul Student Government Association Vice President Samara Smith says SGA members have informed the DePaul administration about students' concerns.
The messaging we've been getting and the feelings that I've been getting from admin is that they're here to protect our students and also protect our opportunities.
In February, DePaul issued a statement about how it's reacting to the Trump administration's policies, saying, quote, "We remain committed to our Catholic Vincentian mission, ensuring that our academic and operational priorities continue as planned while we closely monitor potential policy changes." Some in the DePaul community feel the university needs to react more strongly to the Trump administration threats.
I believe that because we are a Catholic Vincentian University and it is our mission to uphold the dignity of all of the students, I believe DePaul should use that, our Catholic mission, to fight for their students.
While others remain confident about DePaul's approach.
I have enormous confidence in the senior leadership of the university right now.
Meanwhile, the university is being sued by 2 Jewish students who were attacked on campus last November. The students are accusing DePaul of not protecting them from a hate crime. On May 7th, DePaul President Robert Manuel will address a congressional committee that is investigating anti-Semitism on college campuses. For Good Day DePaul, I'm Kiersten Riedford.